Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this Satsang, and we'll begin this beautiful day with a prayer. Heavenly Father,
Heavenly Father,
Divine Mother,
Divine Mother,
friend, beloved God, great masters of self realization, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashai, Swami Sri Yukteswar Ji, beloved Gurudev Paramhans Yogananda Ji, friend and guide Swami Ji, saints and sages of all religions, humbly we bow at thy feet. O Lord, we pray to thee. We seek thy blessings on this path. We seek thy blessings in everything that we do. We are thine, Lord. Be thou eternally ours. Om Shanti, Shanti.
we'll do some chanting and then we'll sit in meditation for some time. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Saharvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? Staying with this chant, being in verse, in our inner temple. Let's meditate now. for about 7 to 8 minutes.
And so it has been said in the Shastras that even the Devas want to be able to be born in this world, because in this world is where the real work can be done spiritually. If you want to find God, be grateful for this world, be grateful for the tests, be grateful for the hardships and the difficulties. They aren't fun, but that's what helps you to keep growing. Every time your life becomes difficult, don't repine. That's a word that you don't even hear in America or England very often. It means don't grumble, don't don't object, but be grateful for whatever God gives you. Don't try to get out of it. I've unfortunately in my lifespan known quite a few people who thought to get out by suicide. That's not the way. You won't get out of anything. You'll just get more bad karma and have to come back here. And in that world, you'll still be yourself. You'll still be facing who you are. And in this world, you'll probably have to go through a certain period of time. For example, it may not be easy to be reborn again. You may be stillborn. You have to reach the point where you treasure the gift of life. And you may go through that experience more than once. And then when you're alive and you're allowed to live, you may die young, or you may find yourself unable to sleep. Many things will be given to you simply to make you appreciate the gift of this life. Don't grumble. Realize that what God has given you is a very great blessing. Hard, yes, but the blessings of life don't come just on silver platters. I've said this before, and I can say it again with great conviction, that the tests that I have gone through, and I will never go so far as to say, oh, my tests are the greatest. No, I suppose everybody's had the same, but for everybody, they are just about as what you can take. And they've been what I could take. Sometimes they seemed a little more than I could take, but I had to bear them, and so I did. I
As we sit in silence, let's do this affirmation on non-injury. First, we'll tune into the words on this topic by Swami Kriyanandaji from the book Affirmations for Self-Healing. Non-injury is a fundamental rule in the spiritual life. It means primarily an attitude of mind. Outwardly, one cannot avoid doing a certain amount of injury. For example, to flying insects when driving one's car. The harm one does, however, by wishing harm to others, hurts not only them, but even more specially, oneself. Spiritually, a harmful attitude separates one from the harmony and oneness of life. Non-injury, on the other hand, embraces that oneness and is in turn sustained by it. Non-injury is a powerful force for victory, for it enlists cooperation from the very universe where harmfulness incites endless opposition. Let's do this affirmation out loud first, speaking to the conscious mind, then in a normal voice, then whispering to the subconscious. And finally, we'll plant the seeds of this affirmation by repeating mentally at the point between the eyebrows. Please repeat. I send out the rain of blessings to all. That love be nourished in hearts that heretofore have known only hate. I send out the rain of blessings to all, that love be nourished in hearts that heretofore have known only hate. I send out the rain of blessings to all, that love be nourished in hearts that heretofore have known only hate. Mentally now gazing focused at the point between the eyebrows, I send out the rain of blessings to all, that love be nourished in hearts that heretofore have known only hate. Feeling these blessings coming to us, flowing through us, we'll now have two readings. First from Gita by Ajay, and then from Whispers by Shubhra.
Om Guru. This reading is from the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, explained by Paramahansa Yogananda, as remembered by his disciple, Swami Kriyananda. The Vedas are unique among the word scriptures in that they were composed in a high age where there was no division, such as exists today between religion and daily existence. The people then had no need for separate places or times of worship. All life to them was, in a sense, worship, and every act an offering to God. As people's understanding declined in a descending age, it became necessary to write down in words, in truths people had been able to memorize effortlessly. At that time, an explanation for the gunas, for the duality inherent in all things, and for how everything came into existence became necessary. In the descending age, it was seen to be necessary also to offer people religious practices that would help them satisfy their increasingly worldly and ego-affirming needs. Rituals that would enable them to gain what they wanted in terms of power, mates, children, and success. Although people's consciousness was diminishing in clarity, there was still a spiritual bias in everything they did. Rituals were therefore created that would enable human beings to work in cooperation with the devas or astral beings of higher nature, as well as with lower sorts to accomplish their needs. Today, mankind has all but forgotten those higher or at any rate subtler entities, which otherwise would help man in the production of food, of good weather, of energies for success, and of countless benefits from which more aware people living in tune with nature seek help as a matter of course. People scoff at nature spirits such as fairies, but as Swami Sri Yukteswar is quoted in Autobiography of a Yogi as saying, they actually exist. Man's indifference to them has been causing those energies gradually to withdraw from our planet. This is a natural consequence of the fact of those beings finding themselves ignored. Om Guru.
Om Guru. I will be reading from the Whispers from Eternity by Paramahansa Yogananda, edited by his disciple Swami Kriyananda. This is excerpt 222, which says, Thou art so plainly present. Everywhere I bow to thee. When I dance happily, dear Heavenly Father, I dance with thee. When I look, I see the peeping out at me from just behind everything. I see thee every day painting the sky with bright colors. I watch thee clothing the bare ground with green grass. I see thee shining in the sunshine. Oh, I see thee so plainly present everywhere. I bow to thee.
Good morning once again, and welcome to the Satsang. The topic today is the divine blessings, and Praneeta and I would be sharing on this topic. And to start with, what a great blessing it is, which not everyone in this room may realize, that we are all here in this room. And the reason perhaps we don't realize is the fact that, incidentally, there was a choir practice that was happening earlier today, and one of the members was supposed to join that choir. She couldn't join because there was a family emergency, and therefore she had to be at home, which kind of means, isn't it a blessing that we didn't have any family emergency and we could actually be here? That itself is a huge blessing, which at times we don't even realize. So just being in this room, being present in this room is a blessing, because looks like everything else in our life is good enough so that we could come here. A lot of times we miss coming here on Sundays because there are things that have to be taken care of. Someone is not well. We ourselves are not well. At times it may also happen because we are sleeping, but a lot of times this is what happens, that something is not well, which means whenever things are well, whenever we are here, that itself is a huge blessing. And to talk of blessings, we don't usually realize there's this beautiful story which Hare Krishna Ghosh, who's the nephew of Paramahansa Yogananda ji, he mentioned this during the 100 years birthday celebration of Yogananda ji. There were many beautiful stories that he mentioned, and he had stayed many years when Yogananda ji was present. And he says, unfortunately, or whatever, he spent 1 year with Yogananda ji because most of his time Yogananda ji was in the US. So when in the 1 year that he came here, that's the time that he spent more with Yogananda ji. The unfortunate part was that he spent 15 years with Sri Yukteswar ji, which he thinks was perhaps too difficult to manage. Because Sri Yukteswar ji would used to come to his house every month and then stay and so on. And we know how Yukteswar ji is. So anyway, so there is this history which he informed that how he was born. And he said that his life itself was a blessing because he had an elder brother who, as soon as he was born in 11 months, he died. So the family were worried about it. And then obviously, since there is a saint in the house, they reached out to Yogananda ji, and then they mentioned that this is what has happened. Do we see an opportunity for us to have a family and a child in our house? So Yogananda ji said that you will have a boy child in your family within the next 1 year. And he gave him that astrological bangle. And he told him that when the child is born, make sure you make him wear this astrological bangle that will protect him. So obviously Hare Krishna Ghosh, the nephew of Yogananda ji, was born. And then his mother took that astrological bangle and put it on Hare Krishna Ghosh. In the video that I saw of him, he was perhaps 80 years plus and so on. So he definitely had a long and a beautiful life, thanks to the blessing by Yogananda ji. But let's look at when Hare Krishna Ghosh was born. 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years. Did he realize who's blessing him? He wouldn't have known Yogananda ji that time. He wouldn't have realized who's blessed. He wouldn't have realized the importance of that astrological bangle, what is saving him. What would have he thought? I have a mother who takes care of me. So this mother is a blessing to me. My parents are my blessing to me. And every child grows up and every child grows. So it's like normal. So what's the big deal? I don't think he realized that blessing at that time when he was growing. When he grew, when he got to know of these stories. And later on when Yoganandaji came back from US, there was a family gathering, and then Yoganandaji asked for Hare Krishna Ghosh. Where is Hare Krishna? And he was sitting at the back, so they called him, and then he came in front. And that time he was about 14, 15-year-old. So he came here, and then Yoganandaji saw he is nice and hearty and healthy. So he asked him, where is the astrological bangle that I gave you? So he showed his astrological bangle. So Yoganandaji took that bangle off, and then he said, now you don't need that bangle. You're protected now. Which actually means all these 14 years that bangle was protecting him, which he would have not realized at point in time. Most likely, this is what happens when we receive divine blessings, when we are protected. We are like Hare Krishna Ghosh. We are like that child who doesn't realize where the blessings are flowing from. We may realize there are blessings, we attribute it to our parents or whosoever is nearby, and we think it's coming from them, but there's something else that actually protects them. The other thing about blessings and children is this interesting fact that how do we attract those blessings? A child, if a child has a problem, how does that child attract the attention of their parents? A 1 year, 2-year-old child, 2 months old child. They cry, right? They cry, and then the parent comes to the child, and then they have to figure out what's wrong with the child. If the child is too young, usually they won't speak out. If they're like 1 year, 2-year-old, and so on, then they can speak. Or the child just fell down, then we know that, oh, okay, the child has fallen down, so most likely has an injury and all that. A lot of times they don't. And there is this thing called as the mother's instinct. They know whether the child is hungry, therefore the child is crying, or maybe the child's diaper needs to be changed, that's why the child is crying. Or maybe the child is not feeling well, has temperature, that's why the child is crying. Fathers usually don't understand all of that. So they try all the things. Let me put him some food, let me just measure the temperature, let me take him out. Something will work out. But the interesting thing is that when the mother comes to the child, what does the mother do? Let's say the child just fell down. What would she do? She would pick up the child, see where the injury is, and then fix the injury, make the child comfortable. Will she leave? She'll take care of other things. Now that the mother is here, she'll also see whether the child is hungry or not. She'll see if the child is nicely dressed or not. She'll attend to all the needs of that particular child. Now, this is perhaps what happens when we as children of God call to God. When we call, we are usually calling in some problem that we have. Recently, a group from here went to the Babaji cave, and we'll talk more about that later as well. There were problems on the way, and since they're all devotees, they would seek help by chanting Om Guru or by calling to God and so on. One small problem happened that while coming back, they were about to miss the train because there was too much traffic in the bus, which led to the train station. So earlier everyone was enjoying. When they realized that, oh, okay, now we are about to miss the train, then they remembered, oh, okay, there's something called as God. We are supposed to remember. So let's do something. And in panic, someone posted, we'll miss the train. So someone, perhaps out of one of the devotees who was not traveling, mentioned, by the way, remember, we have to chant Om Guru. Can we do that? So someone read that message in the bus and started chanting Om Guru, and the bus started to move and move faster and faster and faster. And then later on, 15 minutes back, he came back and said, by the way, this happened. That devotee said, chant Om Guru. I chanted Om Guru and the bus started to move. And we actually did catch the train. One incident. The other incident was that someone actually was walking and there was a lot of traffic, and the person was wearing an astrological bangle, and then there was a vehicle coming very close to him. The vehicle touched the astrological bangle but not his body, and he was perhaps protected because of the astrological bangle, right? Many such incidences happen. A lot of times we post in healing groups I'm not feeling well. Someone in my family is not feeling well. I am looking out for a new job. I am trying to get an appointment with a doctor. Please help. People pray and so on, right? Most of the times people catch the bus. Most of the times people are saved. But what is happening in the background? Imagine. Is God trying to say, oh, okay, this person needs to catch a bus. Okay, let me do that. This person needs a new job. Okay, let me figure this out. This person not healing well, so I'll need to do that. Is that what God is doing? Most likely what is happening is that we cry out as a child in need for something that we think is important to us. The catching of the train, the getting a new job, the getting a new health and so on. As soon as we cry out, we call out for the blessings. The masters come. They'll obviously fix what is needed, but then they are with us. Those blessings don't fix these individual specific problems which we seek out for. As soon as God has come, they protect us from so many things. Like the way a mother protects their child when she's there with the child. Then she doesn't care whether the child has cried for food or for this or for that. The mother is there. The mother is there for everything. Those are the blessings that we get. That's why perhaps Swamiji was saying that these tests that we see in our real world and so on, those are just the opportunities so that we cry out as a child. And as soon as we cry out, the mother comes and then those blessings flow to us. Not only to fix the problem that we know is a problem, many other problems that we don't even realize. Not only of this lifetime, of lifetimes. Those are the divine blessings that we receive when we call out to the Guru. And how do we receive those blessings? How do we get those blessings? One of the hints is in the Samadhi poem where Yoganandaji mentions by deeper, longer, thirsty, Guru-given meditation comes this celestial Samadhi. And what better blessing can it be for a yogi than to get Samadhi? Jai Guru.
After that last line, I'm sure all of us want to close our eyes and meditate even more. But taking this topic even further about blessings, the divine blessings. You know, when Nitendra and I had, narrowed down on the satsang topic, somehow, whenever I'm preparing for a satsang, I want to do more reading, listen to a talk, read a blog, and so on. But when this topic came, it felt like just close your eyes and seek those blessings. So that is what I did. But I also, of course, read up a few other things and such. Now, taking this topic of the divine blessings even further, we all know that we live in an age where people around us want to know what is the least that I can do to get this. Everybody around us wanting to know how much is too much or what is good enough. Yes, everybody, there's no question about it that everybody would want to get the divine blessings and want to live in a life with divine blessings. But the question in many minds is this good enough? 2 minutes of prayer followed by a few minutes of meditation. Is that good enough for divine blessings? I'll try and narrate a story of a beggar who used to live in a king's kingdom and go out every day to collect whatever he would get and make his livelihood through that. So he had that routine, and obviously he was living in a very dilapidated hut and did not have enough means, but just enough for survival. One day, after he came back around the afternoon time, he came back from his begging expedition and sort of was sitting outside his home. He saw the king and some of the soldiers on horseback were coming towards his home. Now he was really excited. Here's the king. If I beg the king for something, maybe many years of my supplies would come and I would live happy and I would be healthy, and lots of things moved in his mind. Fair enough, the king stopped in front of this beggar's house, got off the horse, and came to this beggar and asked, with joined hands, "What can you give me?" Now, this beggar is surprised, obviously, that this is not what I was expecting. But he goes inside his home, searches his few rags and bags around, if there's something that he could give the king. He had a handful of rice, a little bit of rice left in his home. So he said, if I give the king, what's going to happen for the evening? Let me pick up this one grain and just give the king symbolically. This king has everything. So he picks up that one grain and gives it to the king. The king gladly takes it and rides away. The beggar didn't understand anything. Next day, he went about his usual routine, went from door to door begging for food and any supplies that would help him. He came back, sat down, and just turned around, turned his bag upside down to see what all he had collected in that day, and whether people have been generous and how things have moved. Yes, fair enough. There were a few pennies here and there, some food as well. And amongst that, what he sees was a sovereign, a piece of gold. And he was very surprised that I don't think anybody would have given me this. But he sat down and recalled that yesterday at the same time, I had given the king one piece of or one grain of rice. And perhaps in return, God has given me this piece of gold in return. So, what we give to God comes back to us a million times worth more. Can we imagine how blessed we are if we give our entire lives to God? What is coming back to us? And in terms of coming back to us, as Nitendra was saying, these divine blessings are very subtle. The story that he was narrating, the incident about a mother tending to the child, right? Not just that immediate problem, but the world around. Similarly, these divine blessings, they create a sort of a ripple effect, which takes the whole world into positivity, hope, wellness. For when some of us pray for something, yes, some part we'll start to see that we are getting that, and we are praying for good health. Good health is coming, but in many ways, sometimes our prayers start to touch others as well, right? So the divine blessing is coming to someone else, and that someone else who's receiving that blessing prays even more, and that divine blessing that comes from that prayer goes to someone else. And this creates a sort of a ripple effect in this ocean that we are all living in. And everybody is encircled with that. So remembering that divine blessings and what our part is in this entire world of trying and seeking blessings is beyond our own body, beyond our own selves. It's for the entire world. And just to conclude, one last point about the divine blessings, and it's important to sort of consider that as well, is many people in across the world consider that for divine blessings, I have to sacrifice something. I have to sacrifice an extended sleep to be here in the morning. There are so many stories. In fact, the levitating saint in the story of in the book Autobiography of a Yogi as well, and similar to him, many others. Where, in fact, I remember one which we had read was a man giving up his riches, giving up his worldly collections and worldly accumulations that he's got to become a swami, to become a monk. And his guru told him, many people came and told the guru that, see his sacrifice in life, he will surely be blessed. See how much he has sacrificed, continuing to use that word sacrifice. And the guru said to those people, it's not sacrifice. See the worth that he is getting out of what he has given up. 1,000,000 times. So really, what is it about giving up a few baubles and tinkers that we have collected in life in exchange for a life free from bondage and a life free to merge in God? Om Guru. Now we will listen to this song. Please close your eyes and pay attention to this beautiful song from Swamiji, The Blessed Life.
To close this satsang, we'll do the aarti. And then while we are coming down, we'll have this Babaji Prasad, which, as I said, some of us had gone there. So this is the prasad that we can collect on the way back. And this is Babaji's photo frame along with a leaf that's coming from the Babaji cave itself. So I would request Kanno just stepped out if we can get him in. He and Aditya both are here from the organizing team. Kamal, who was the main organizer, who's not here, it would have been good to get it from his hands. But Aditya and Kanoj, who were organizing this also, will receive it from their hands as we come down. So Shashank, if you could join us to lead the Aarti, and then we'll start. Don't you all stand for the Aarti? Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Ramo, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram, 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 Jai Jai Ram.
With deep gratitude for the divine blessings that we have received today and those that continue to keep us safe, protected, happy, positive, and hopeful. Let us now end today's satsang with a healing prayer. Visualize at the point between the eyebrows anyone you know of who might be in any sort of requirement of a healing, body, mind, or soul. Any situation, anybody you know of, the countries that around us that require those healings, our soldiers on the borders, every individual, the whole world. Let's send a healing prayer to all. Divine Mother, thou art omnipresent. Thou art in all thy children. Thou art in these souls. Manifest thy healing power in their bodies, minds, and souls. Let's rub our hand vigorously 3 times and chanting Om, sending the rays of energy to heal them. Om. Oh. Oh. Om Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. There is Prasad in the DR room as always. Have a beautiful day.